Elrond stayed in Rivendell during much of the Third Age because by then he had established a function as a great healer. Elrond symbolizes throughout the ancient wisdom, and his house represents lore, the preservation and reverent memory concerning the good, wise, and beautiful. It is not a scene of action but of reflection. In The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, the characters always visited Rivendell on their way to their deeds or adventures. Furthermore, Elrond is the keeper of the Elven ring, Vilya, which started in the Second Age during his and Gil-galad's forming of the last alliance of the Second Age. Rivendell was viewed as a kind of enchanted sanctuary in the extreme eastern margin of the Western lands. Thus, after escaping the Elrond from imminent pursuit of evil, the hero can go face an entirely new direction. In earlier ages, however, Elrond has led armies into battle, especially to fight Sauron in the Second Age, and the time in the Third Age when Rivendell was besieged by Angmar. He transitioned into more of a healer role in the later years of the Third Age, especially during The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, but Elrond was always thought of as a stopping point on the way to adventures according to Tolkien. When Sauron visited the elves in 1200 of the Second Age, he was rejected by gil-galad. He was also rejected by Celeborn and Galadriel when he went to Eregion. However, Sauron had more success with the Noldor there, especially with Celebrimbor. By concentrating on Celebrimbor, Sauron was able to get the smiths of Eregion under his influence. Sauron besieged Eregion when Celebrimbor hid the Three Rings after discovering Sauron's designs and repenting, and invaded Eriador. Celebrimbor was slain by Sauron as a result, but Sauron didn't get the Three Rings. Elrond founded Rivendell as a result, as a stronghold for the refugees from Eregion, drawing them away northwest. Vilya was used to heal the hurts in the Third Age, and since Elrond held it, he had to stay in Rivendell at least until the powers of the ring faded. Thus he was able to keep it and use it from that moment in the Second Age when Gil-galad gave it to him, so some of the Second Age and all of the Third Age. It was the mightiest of the three Elven rings, Narya held by Gandalf and Nenya by Galadriel and Vilya. Also in the Third Age was the fading years of the Eldar. For long, they were at peace, wielding the Three Rings, while Sauron slept and the One Ring was lost, but they attempted nothing new, living in memory of the past. Elrond is half-elven, which meant he could live the life of an elf or the life of a mortal. He chose to live the life of the elves, and that is what we are going with today. Many elven men were great healers, as they were skilled in the lore of healing bodies, though such men abstained from hunting and went not to war until the last need. After the establishment of the Witch King of Angmar, danger occurred in Eriador when Arveleg, the mighty king, wanted to claim lordship over Rudor in 1300 of the Third Age. Thus, Rivendell was besieged by Angmar, and shortly after, in 1409 of the Third Age, the elves of Rivendell joined the elves of Lindon and Galadrim in order to subdue the power of the Witch King. Angmar was subdued by the elven folk coming from Lindon and from Rivendell, for Elrond brought help over the mountains out of Lorien. Thus, eastern Eriador became unfriendly for many reasons, but especially the wars and dread of Angmar, and the plague came into Eriador from the southeast. The power of Angmar rose again in 1974 of the Third Age, and the Witch King captured Furnist. Arvedui hid for a long time in the old dwarf mines, but wanted to seek help from Losoth, the snowmen of Forochel, strange, unfriendly people accustomed to the cold of Morgoth. Círdan heard from Eonar, Arvedui's son, of the king's flight to the north and asked a ship to Forochel, where the snowmen eventually were uneasy and smelled danger in the wind. But Arvedui thanked the chief of the Losoth, but did not take his counsel. Orcs were multiplying in the Misty Mountains, later entering the Shire, which Elrond's sons fought with the Dunedain. While it is unknown when specifically Elrond established his role as healer, it can be implied that since after fighting the Witch King of Angmar, he had established this role. However, Elrond reappears in Battle of Five Armies, rescuing Gandalf from Dol Guldur, thus only showing up in battle at the last need.